Oh boy, why do Princess Cordelia have a strong connection to Bernadette, the founder of San Myshunos? What are Feng's evil plans to take over and rule over San Myshunos? A meteor hits the city and a giant lizard turned the fashion district to ashes. Who is the mysterious artist? Is this the place where Mortimer married Bella Goth? And what is the historical Sims real stories? So much episodes, so little time. Welcome back to another SimFacts. I created Detective Chrill and sent him out on a mission in the city of San Myshunos for the expansion pack City Living to find out and reveal its mysteries. An apartment in the fashion district called Chic Streets caught my attention. 2 apartments were available. I knew the apartment with the number 1313 were a good choice. I started my research. However, something were not quite right here. I knew from day one this apartment had a weird smell. I looked everywhere and did not find anything unusual. But I knew an apartment with a number of 1313 means trouble. The smell got even stronger and comes from the rug in the living room. And what Detective Chrill found may shock you. Is this a murder? At least that's what Detective Chrill thought at first. Someone tried to hide this from me. Could it be our landlord? But why? And has our only neighbor, Penny Pizzazz, something to do with this? I can't even move or delete the mark where the body was found. It's like someone really wanted me to tell this story. But I have so many questions. Who were the victim? Who was the murderer, if there was any? Where are the evidence? Because what I can see is that we have not much to go on. Chrill have a few theories though. It took a few days to gather the evidence, but with a lot of dead ends because nothing made sense. In the apartment you can see the people who lived here before had children or teens. Many of the objects here is from the children category, like the dresser, trash can, rug and the chair. The victim, however, is the size of a teen or an adult. But this might not be the original apartment. Take a look at the description for the apartment itself. This place is incredibly, suspiciously cheap. It's like the landlord can't give it away. The landlord must have been renovating the apartment before Chrill moved in, so he could hide the fact that someone had been killed. The landlord is our main suspect for now. Take a look at the trailer for the apartments. We are lucky because Jordan lives in the apartment 1313, and you can see the apartment don't look the same as in your game. However, you can still see where the marks from the body is, which means that he or she must be murdered here long time ago. A ghost appears in the apartment, which is really strange because these apartment traits don't have the ghost trait. So is she the victim? No. And do you know why? This is just because EA wanted to give the players an idea. It's a story here that needs to be told. But for fun, I took a deeper look who this ghost really was, and I found out she was created by EA long time ago and have been seen in the ghost trailer and had no connection to this case at all, just like I thought. I took a look at my research again. I might be wrong here. Can I really trust a Sims trailer? I was looking for more evidence. A few days went by, but it seems I had another dead end. What am I missing? Now, there is only one Sim who lives here in this whole apartment, the famous Penny Pizzazz. I asked her if she have seen anything suspicious, and all she talks about is about her and her friends. The interactive map that is available in the Sims website shows you what the Sims in the city thinks, and I was right. Many of Penny's reviews tells you how she really enjoyed to be with her friends. Detective Chrill thought this information were not important, but it is later in my research. But while I was still there, I found a landlord landlord called Lord Mike. It's pretty weird because I never actually seen him in my game before. He might be important later in my research as well. But what more evidence do we have left? Nothing. This become another dead end, and the only evidence we actually have is about a landlord. A landlord? A landlord? Chrill started to see some connection to everything now. We know by fact that it's about a landlord because the description mentions it. But Chrill quickly realized that the landlord is chosen randomly from game to game, and it's impossible to see who the original landlord was. Chrill had another dead end. A few weeks have now passed in Chrill's research, and no answer to be found. Detective Chrill gave up. So I took a last look at the apartment. That's weird. I don't know anyone in this city yet. I read the text I got, but no name was shown. I could have a bird. What does that actually mean? This couldn't be true. A new theory that might not be a dead end. Look at the house traits on the other two apartments. Yes, both the only party traits. This is exactly what I wanted to hear. It started to make sense now. To confirm my theory, I went to the Sims official website on the blog post about apartments. You need to deal with your landlord. Just a simple line, but it will soon make sense. But what really makes everything come together is this. They are full of wacky characters. We didn't want just to fill apartment with people. We wanted interesting people. Inspired by our favorite television sitcoms, we tried to drizzle every apartment complex with strange, eccentric, enthusiastic, and overly neighborly Sims that will make the lives of your Sims all the richer, mostly. Detective Chrill received another text. The basement. It was dark and really empty. Just me, a couch, and a TV. And then it hit me. Finally, I know who was killed in the apartment. The Sims blog mentions it, and we have Penny Pizzazz. Friends. Do you start to see the connection? No? Well, the famous sitcom Friends had a famous and really odd landlord, Mr. Heckles. But what makes this more interesting is that he actually dies in his own apartment. But not as you think. This is another mystery. So who was this Mr. Heckles anyway? Many told me he was the weird man. Indeed he was. He usually complained about the noise the two girls above caused. The strange thing is that the girls were never loud from the first place.
You're doing it again.
We're not doing anything. We're just sitting around talking quietly.
And he tells always far-fetched lies. Mr. Heckles lived in his apartment and had no surviving family members at all. He was all alone. And he always wear a robe. EA always hide a few hints in their trailers, don't they? He usually starts his complaints with "You are doing it again, you disturbing my," followed by a far-fetched claim, and he always replies, "I could have." For example, "I could have birds."
You're doing it again.
We're not doing anything.
You're stomping. It's disturbing my birds.
You don't have birds.
I could have birds.
There is something odd with this man. He lied when Rachel and Phoebe asked if the cat belonged to him, and the cat of course didn't like him, and a monkey he made to a ballerina and claimed it to be his own monkey, and just weird stuff like he left a waffle outside his apartment. The reason behind his behavior is never revealed, but how did he die? Well, it happened in the episode 3 of season 2 called The One Where Mr. Heckle Dies. After Mr. Heckles went to the girl's apartment for more noise complaints. Even though they didn't make any loud noise, soon after Heckles started to knock at the floor from his ceiling with his broom, and friends responded back.
Oh, stop with the broom! We're not making noise!
And Mr. Heckles were found dead in his own apartment. Heckles' attorney shows up and executes his will by giving all his stuff to the girls in the apartment above because he, like I said, had no family members. But what was found in his apartment were most trashy toys and furniture, just like in our apartment 1313 in San Myshunos. However, Mr. Heckles died in a very mysterious way, and no one really knows why he died. A murder is plausible in this case. This guy. When I watched the episode, he seemed very suspicious to me.
Mr. Heckles.
He must have been sweeping. They found a broom in his hand.
That's terrible.
I know. I was sweeping yesterday. Could have been me.
Sweeping. You never know.
Never know.
Sir, if they found Heckles' broom at the crime scene in his hand, what makes us sure it wasn't your broom if you also were sweeping yesterday, Mr. Trigger? Isn't it weird that Mr. Trigger has his first appearance on the show this exact episode where Mr. Heckles dies? And sir, the last thing he did was not sweeping, and you said it yourself.
Could have been me.
Mr. Heckles could not just die out of thin air if he didn't had a bad heart or something similar, but there is no evidence or a sign he had it either. And this is Mr. Heckles' last words.
I'm going to rejoin my dinner party.
Oh, now I see. I went even further with this Mr. Trigger character. He's a building superintendent, often shortened to Super, and I managed to look up the actor who played him, Mike Haggerty. Wait a second. I know I have seen someone with this name Mike before. Lord Mike. I turn off the TV in the empty basement. The last puzzle pieces is falling to place. We now know who Lord Mike is. There is a few reviews he made that now makes sense.
I just love Uptown. One day I'm going to be the super here, no longer in those scummy low-level apartments.
There is a reference to Mr. Trigger in Friends here. He is a super.
I always try to bring the kids by so they can learn about science and outfox their old man.
Now we know why our apartment had much furniture from the children category. However, there is also a building in the spice market called Jasmine, and he made another review there.
I have been fixing the Jasmine for years. This old gal is a lovely building, beautiful built, classic, a real fine structure.
This is a reference to the TV show itself. The show started in 1994 and ended in 2004, in another word, classic. With all these reviews, we can now see the end of this mystery. But that's not all. I found hints to the cause of the victim's death. Actually, the thing that killed the victim in our apartment 1313. Take a look here.
The key to a great evening: go to the Spice Festival for a bite, work off the spice at the karaoke bar, and then go to the docks nearby to fish in the moonlight.
Nothing special here, right? No. Remember this, he said, going to the docks nearby to fish. This is important for his next review.
I never knew such pretty things could exist. Spending all this time with the pipes and such, the art just moves me and such, like inside the chest.
This really caught my attention even more. Moves me and such, like inside the chest. What I know is that anything that moves inside a chest that happens to be a fish when you're dead is the death of a pufferfish. And the chance to be killed by a pufferfish is very rare, and you have to be very unlucky to make this happen. The apartment 1313 has the unlucky number of 13. It's like the landlord can't give it away, and the house trades with loudly neighbors just prove this theory even more. The Friends sitcom show gave us hints that this actually was a murder on the landlord himself, and someone made him eat a poor cooked pufferfish. That's maybe why the ghost from the trailer came out from a refrigerator. However, could this be true? It's up to you to decide. This case is now closed. Detective Chrill is proud to see that many months of research finally gave result. No matter what, Maxis upload a picture, a trailer, and even blog post. Everything they tell you, everything have a purpose, a meaning. They hide clues and mysteries in everything they write and post, even if you can't see it. And like always, my job is to blow your mind.
Goodbye, Mr. Heckles. We'll try to keep it down.